Are you thinking about moving to Wilsonville, Oregon? Whether you're relocating, looking to invest, or you're just curious, this is the video that you're gonna need to watch. I'm breaking down the real pros and cons of life in Wilsonville with the latest housing data, local insights, and a fresh update on what's changed in 2025. Hey guys, for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Joe Skipper and I'm the local real estate broker and founder of Skipper Realty Group, brokered by eXp Realty here in Oregon. And after reviewing some of my older videos, I figured I needed to address some of the ones that may be a bit out of touch and or are the ones where I was still learning how to do this talking head thing, and the old one clearly shows it. So this video is actually a revamp of one I did a while back, because that one I did a while back wasn't great. So I'm starting this one with a fresh new look and vibe and giving you the new and improved version packed with up-to-date info, better flow, and actual stats that can help you make the best possible decision about living in Wilsonville. And if you're buying or selling, or you're investing in the Portland metro area or the Willamette Valley, hit that subscribe button. I regularly post real estate tips, local market updates, and content that'll keep you ahead of the game if that's the game that you're in. This economy and the housing market is changing daily. So by staying with me, you will always be ahead of other buyers and sellers out there, and this will put you in a much better position when you decide to make a move. But let's start taking a look at Wilsonville in general so that you can get a vibe for the community, the location, and the style. Wilsonville blends a small town charm into a mid-sized city that sits between two of the largest cities in the state, Salem to the south and Portland, Oregon. Wilsonville is located right on the border of Clackamas and Washington County, and if you're from here, you will know pretty soon that Clackamas is one of the better counties to live in, especially when you compare it to Multnomah County, which is where Portland is located. But getting off track, Wilsonville is in the suburbs of Portland and is about 20 miles south of Portland and about 30 miles north of Salem, which is our state capital. It originally started out as a farming town, which I guess is like most cities, but the city still manages to keep the town feeling small, even though they have upwards of 30,000 people in it, and it sits right along our main interstate. Wilsonville is known for its clean neighborhoods, safe streets, and a strong sense of community. You can find everything from master plan developments like Villebois to more established neighborhoods near schools, parks, and local businesses. It's a popular destination for families, professionals, and retirees alike, especially those looking to escape the hustle of Portland without giving up the access to what that city has to offer. So even though it's relatively small, just under 30,000 residents, Wilsonville has some pretty big businesses here that it calls home. It's home to a surprising number of corporate headquarters and tech firms, and the city continues to invest in infrastructure, parks, and public spaces. It's also incredibly well connected to other cities, sitting right on I-5 and served by regional transit, making it an easy commute to explore the rest of the Willamette Valley. But like any place, Wilsonville isn't perfect, and that's what I want to walk you through today. Whether you're relocating to Oregon or you're just curious about life in this part of the state, it's important to look at both sides. So let's dive into the real pros and cons of living in Wilsonville. So I'm going to start by giving you 5 pros of living in Wilsonville. The first one is the prime location in the Willamette Valley. Wilsonville sits right off I-5 between Portland and Salem. You get easy access to both cities while still enjoying a quieter suburban lifestyle. You're also about an hour to the Oregon coast. You're 90 minutes to Mount Hood for skiing and snowboarding. You're surrounded by the top tier vineyards in the state. Like, this is my wine country, remember? It's located only 30 to 45 minutes from Portland International Airport, which is ranked commonly as the top airport in the United States. So it's one of the few places where you could hit the beach in the morning and the mountains by the afternoon. So if you want easy access to pretty much anything that Oregon gives you, then Wilsonville will be the place that gives you that easy reach. It's why I find a lot of people originally move to Wilsonville is its proximity to Salem and Portland. One person works south, one person works up north, so they try to find a place that works for both of them, and Wilsonville, more often than not, becomes the city that sits in the middle. And because the city is basically split in two by Interstate 5, it's easy to get on and off the highway and get to where you need to go, whether that's work or it's play. Number 2 is a thriving economy plus the job access. Wilsonville has a solid local economy with big employers like Siemens, formerly Mentor Graphics, Xerox, Cisco, plus we have regional healthcare, tech, and logistics companies. Unemployment here typically stays below the state average, and it's a popular choice for remote workers who still want quick access to the city hubs. So not only do we see a lot of engineers and tech people that move here from work that actually are in town, the location of Wilsonville is super convenient for people to get to the surrounding cities for work if they need to. Now I know that goes back to location, but it's an important perk of the city. Number 3 is the top-rated schools. Wilsonville is part of the Westland-Wilsonville School District, one of the top-rated in Oregon. Most elementary and middle schools score 8 to 10 or higher on graderschools.com. Wilsonville High School has a 91% graduation rate and strong AP and extracurricular programs. This is a huge draw for families prioritizing education. Wilsonville has 2 grade schools, with 1 extra being built currently on the east side, 2 middle schools, and 1 high school in town. They do have another newer high school called Riverside High School that more focused on STEAM classes. They're also still growing and offer some sports, but don't have access to the traditional sports that a high school offers. So if that's your thing, Wilsonville High School may fit the bill. Their sports programs are constantly ranked top in the state, and the staff and coaches are some of the best. People in the city have all sorts of opinions on whether the east side schools are better than the west side schools, like everyone in every city battles with, but it's all relative here. Wilsonville is a top-ranked city for schools, so whether you live on the west side or the east side, you're gonna get a good quality education. Number 4 is the parks, the trails, and the outdoor living here. So outdoor living in Oregon is a thing. People move here all the time for that reason only. Oregon in general is home to some of the best outdoor activities in the country. Hiking trails, biking trails, surfing, snowboarding, skiing, kiteboarding, fishing, whatever you want to do outside, Oregon is home to it. But Wilsonville, besides having the location to get to the most outdoor trails and hikes and mountains, also offers their own mini outdoor stuff within the city. For example, Graham Oaks Nature Park is a multi-acre nature preserve for biking, walking, running, and bird watching. It's located on the west side of town near the Villebois community. Memorial Park is kind of the main park in town, and it sits near the city center. It's commonly the park used for sports, but has playgrounds, skate parks, pickleball courts, disc golf, and off-leash dog parks. The park also sits on the Willamette River, so there's dock access there, and during the summer, it's full of people playing and laying out in the sun. And speaking of the Willamette River, Wilsonville is a city that has some of the easiest access for kayaking, paddleboarding, and fishing. Besides the dock at Memorial Park, there's a boat ramp on the south side of the city with boat slip rentals if you have a boat. There's also a community that is in Wilsonville that has their own private boat docks, access, and slips. So for water activities, Wilsonville has some awesome access. And if golf is your thing, you may love Wilsonville. They have Langdon Farms here, which is a top-rated golf course that's on the south side of town. But besides Langdon, there's a cheaper 9-hole golf course called Coal Creek that's on the east side of the town, and even cooler is the community of Charbonneau. This community surrounds a 27-hole golf course and is one of those communities where it's not uncommon to buy a golf cart and drive around the community to get to the town center or anywhere you need to go. Number 5 is safe and family-oriented. When you move to any city, you worry about whether it's safe. No city is completely free of crime, and Wilsonville is no exception. But Wilsonville's crime rate is 40% lower than the national average, according to the Neighborhood Scout and FBI data. Considering how close we are to Portland, which is talked about a lot in the news for their protests, homelessness crisis, and other crimes that happens in big cities like that, Wilsonville does not get near the crime that a big city gets. One client joked with me when they moved from Portland that they were shocked that they could leave their garden hose and plants outside their homes in Wilsonville without it getting stolen. Their garden hose would regularly get stolen in Portland, so coming to Wilsonville for them was a nice little treat. Wilsonville does have crime like any city, so I'm not saying you can leave your car doors and windows open and expect to have your purse there the next day. But relatively, Wilsonville is considered a safe, family-oriented community. What you're going to find in Wilsonville are frequent community events, farmers markets, concerts, movies in the park during the summer. They have a strong network of HOAs and neighborhoods that host their own gatherings and build a strong neighborhood community that really watches out for each other. And it's a welcoming environment for families and people of all ages, really. So everything in Wilsonville is perfect, right? Not so fast. Wilsonville does have its drawbacks, and some of them may be easy to deal with for you, and some may drive you nuts and you can't even imagine living there. So here are my top cons for Wilsonville. Number 1 is the higher cost of living. Wilsonville really isn't cheap. The median home price currently ranges between $600,000 and $700,000. Now, while there are condos and townhomes available at a lower price points, single-family homes are in high demand and competition can be stiff here. This city is well above Oregon's average pricing, and generally speaking, it's just spendier to live here. Number 2 is I-5 traffic headaches. So, with the great location to I-5 comes the issues that I-5 causes for traffic. Wilsonville is basically split in half by Interstate 5, so it's convenient for commuting. But everyone knows that and lives here for it. What that means is traffic on I-5 can get backed up fast, and in turn the side roads of Wilsonville can get backed up because of it. Wilsonville also sits just south of the other main interstate in our state, and that is I-205. So when commuter traffic all jams up at I-5 and 205, that's not far from Wilsonville. So what I'm trying to say is that if you aren't ready for a bit of a backup in town during the commuting hours or can't stand that sort of thing, Wilsonville may not be good for you. On the positive side, Wilsonville has a lot of back roads and access to other parts of town without getting in the mess of I-5. So there's always ways to avoid it, especially if you're commuting within town. It's just that if you need to get onto I-5 or off of I-5 to get into Wilsonville or out of it, you may be sitting for a bit. Wilsonville is in such a weird location for traffic. If you're southbound on I-5 during commuter times, traffic can be stopped until you get just south of Wilsonville, and then things magically pick up again. If you're heading north on I-5, everything's fine until you get to Wilsonville, then traffic stops. So timing is everything if you're a commuter. Number 3 is the limited food and nightlife. Wilsonville, being a city of 30,000 people, does have all the franchise national chains to eat, ranging from Qdoba, Mod Pizza, Killer Burger, and all the fast food places. But what they lack is locally owned small town restaurants, or at least doesn't have a lot of them. Now, my favorite personally is Sushi Avenue and San Blas, but there just isn't a huge variety of locally owned places to eat, and that's really kind of a bummer. Portland is known for their food type places, and so there are a ton of them there as well, and some of the surrounding cities, but just not a huge selection within the town. And that goes for nightlife as well. Wilsonville has a few solid restaurants and bars like Wanker's Corner or Oswego Grill, but if you're after nightlife, live music, or late night scenes, you're gonna have to head to Portland because Wilsonville isn't giving you that. You'll find some dancing on the weekends at Wanker's, but you're not walking down the Wilsonville Strip hopping from bar to bar. Portland has all you need for that, and it's only a quick 20-minute cab ride to get there. And number 4 is the obvious one, the classic Pacific Northwest weather. Now, this isn't just for Wilsonville. This is true for all cities within the Willamette Valley, but the weather here is the classic Pacific Northwest weather, which means cool and wet most of the year. So if you're moving from a sunny state, brace yourself. Wilsonville gets a lot of cloud cover and rain from fall through spring, but the summers are beautiful, usually in the 80s and 90s with blue skies, but for about 7 months a year, it's gray and wet. Snow's rare, but rain, that's going to be part of the package here. So there you have it, some real pros and cons of living in Wilsonville, Oregon. If you're still on the fence or want to talk more about whether Wilsonville is right for you, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help and happy to talk more about it. And do you want to have information on the pros and cons of another city or town that you may be interested in? Drop a comment below or call me and let me know what city you're interested in, and I can see if we can get that in a future video. And if you're buying, selling, or investing in real estate, be sure to like this video. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more local tips, market updates, and property tours. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.